scheming about how we could change the perception that people have when we do what you've done here. And we're called radicals, we're called, and we've allowed ourselves to be called a group that's practicing civil disobedience. Well, we thought at that time that when we do that stuff, we're being civilly obedient to our own laws. So I think we got to start calling ourselves civilly obedient people, doing what we have to do to protect the land. Radical, like Wayne said, lopping off the top of a mountain and pouring it down into a couple of lakes is radical. Trying to stop them is not.
I'm a conservation activist, and we're doing this project to transfer some knowledge that we've gained over the last 25 years of conservation activism.
So let's tell Shell what they need to hear. Shell, you want to fight? Bring it on.
We're told that we can't win, that something's too difficult to do, nobody's ever done it before, and because nobody's ever done it before, maybe we shouldn't even try. If you get in a conversation like that, run away. Because one thing that we've proven up here is that David does beat Goliath sometimes. A lot of us are getting discouraged, and we have to hold that hope for them sometimes. That you can win these fights, that you can make change happen if you work together with your neighbors, with your community, with like-minded people.
I heard a song recently by a young lady by the name of Sal Van Zandt called, the title is I Fight for Life. And I want it to become our anthem as people who care about the earth.
We've found this out time and time again. You need to get out on the land and show people what you're trying to save. It makes advocates. When we are most often fighting forces that are huge and that could overwhelm us. And so we have to get help, and we have to ask for help, and we have to bring people together. We have to bring communities together. And we found time and time again that when we bring communities together, when First Nations people and settler people, when people from the right and people from the left share values, and they all work together for a common cause and a commonly held value, that it becomes almost an unstoppable force.
I don't want you to, I'd like to ask you to. I've committed to standing up in front of the bulldozer, or laying down in front of it, or doing whatever it takes is necessary to stop the ultimate destruction of our resources. We often allow ourselves to be painted into a corner. And one of the things that we've been, I think, guilty of to some degree in terms of First Nations work. I mentioned the two declarations, the Coastal First Nations and the other Fraser River Declaration. Those declarations, one of which my community supports that I come from, Coastal First Nations, are declarations stemming from our responsibilities as First Nations government. So that's my law. The Coastal First Nations Declaration is a law that I'm going to abide by, which declares that there's no tankers going to be allowed, super tankers, very large crude carriers in my water. So when I do what I have to do, it's not going to be an act of civil disobedience. I'm going to be civilly obedient to what I know is right. I invite you to consider joining us.
My name is Gapaigam Ganau. I am from the House of Lutquaziwas from the Gitxsan Nation. As you can see behind me, we have the foundation for our new cabin, and there will be several more cabins to come. And this is going to be the base point for the road closure as well. And our territorial management plan is in full effect.